Okay, theoretically, you should be able to hear me now. Sorry about that. I got a new microphone and I forgot to change it in my streaming software to make sure that it reflected the new microphone. Hopefully, you guys can hear me now. Sorry about that. Okay, so today we are going to be doing some creating with this sketch from My Favorite Things. Finally got you live. Oh my gosh, Carol, hi, how's it going? I'm doing really well. I am excited to get some more Halloween cards done. It's been a while since I've actually been able to make them before Halloween comes. So I'm going to do my best to try to get a few cranked out because this is my favorite time of the year. I absolutely love fall and Halloween and all things like cute and spooky. I don't know. Hi, Jen. How's it going? Okay, so we're going to jump right in and start crafting. Hi, Crystal. I'm glad you can hear me. We're going to go ahead and do some Emboss Resist technique over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this up here. Your birthday was the 6th. Oh my gosh. Happy belated birthday. I hope you had an amazing day. You do have a birthday card on the way, by the way. I wasn't sure how I should do the birthday stuff, to be honest. The birthday cards for people who are channel members. I wasn't sure if I should send them out like at the beginning of the month or I don't know. I was trying to figure out the best way to do that. So you're kind of my guinea pig right now. But yes, I have your birthday card is all ready. I'm really excited about that. So if you guys don't know, if you are a channel member, like a member of my channel, at least tier 1, which is just the lowest tier, you get a birthday card from me to you during your birthday month. So I'm really excited about that and being able to have that for you guys. All right, so what we're doing here is we're putting in our cardstock. That's what the stuff is called. And this is going directly into the not the mini MISTI, the original size MISTI. I took out the foam pad that goes in there and I've just used a piece of like washi tape and looped it around to hold this in place. And now I'm going to go ahead and put my stamp face down like this here. I'm going to go ahead and peel off this backer. This makes it so that the stamp can be used as a cling stamp. Here we go. Boop, boop. All right, so you just peel that right off, and then when the door closes, it will stick just like a clear stamp would. So this is a cling rubber stamp. So it clings right to the door like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of Emboss Resist. So I'm actually going to treat this entire piece of cardstock here with anti-static powder. This will help make it so that it won't stick embossing powder anywhere that we don't want it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use some sticky embossing ink to apply to the card here. I'm going to focus the most of this over here on the side. And I can see it getting wet there. Well, hello, Mayhem Crafty Cards. How are you? So I'm just applying this sticky ink all over the side here. And then we're going to go ahead and place it right down, get that in place, and smooth it out. This is going to apply sticky ink a little bit over the area that I necessarily wanted it on, but it should be okay. And then we're going to go ahead and lift that up. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but if kind of when it catches the light, you can see a little bit that we've got some words going on here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and I think I'm actually going to stamp it one more time. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but I think seeing it now, there are a couple spots that aren't quite as juicy as the others, and I really want that ink to stick well to it. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it just one more time. And since we have it in the MISTI, we don't have to worry about the position shifting or all the little letters being messed up or in the wrong spot. And we are good to go. So what I'm going to do is just carefully pick that up by the corner or the edge, trying to touch as little of it as possible. And then this actually comes in handy having this piece on the back here like this, because you can use your finger to hold it. And then I'm just going to move that out of the way. We're going to go ahead and grab some white embossing powder. Now you could use clear as well here since the paper is white, but I already have white out, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that. I like to put like a little tasting spoon on the top here. I got this idea from Jennifer McGuire because let's face it, she's a genius. And that way I can keep it out of the powder and it doesn't get all messy and gross when I'm trying to pick it up. So I'm using a coffee filter here to tap off the excess powder. And it looks like there's a little spot that didn't quite get covered here. I'm not going to worry about it because I am going to be covering or cutting this, I should say, not covering, cutting this after the fact into a square. So if you guys can see up above the picture of my head, there is a photo of a card sketch. So I'm actually going to be using that as the basis for my card. So you can see I'm going to be using some squares here. And then that will give me kind of the idea or the starting point for creating my card. So all I'm doing here is taking the embossing powder in my little spoon, pouring it onto my background, and then tapping off that excess powder. This just makes sure that the ink gets and grabs that embossing powder and it sticks to it. I'm not sure if you can really see it, but you could hopefully start to see that the powder is sticking there. It's a little hard to see sometimes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently set this over here for just a second so I can get my powder out of the way. And the reason you use the coffee filter is just so that you can easily clean this up and put this back into your jar or container of powder. Some people will use a piece of computer paper if you don't want to use a coffee filter, but you can see my desk is not all messy and dirty. There's not powder everywhere, which is awesome. And then I'm going to come right over here and grab my card. And then we're going to go ahead and use the heat tool. So this is going to be a little noisy. Sorry if it blows your eardrums. Hopefully it doesn't. We'll see what happens. I'm going to let it heat up really quick. And it's okay if the background's not perfect. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. It's okay if the background isn't perfect. We don't need it to be perfect because this is just going to be in the back. And we're only going to see a little bit of this. Let's see. I am hurting it's a little hot. Oop, my phone just fell off the edge there. Hang tight. I'm actually going to move this up and over this way so I'm not heating my desk up too much. And I'm pointing this right, sorry, I'm pointing it like right at the microphone. So it's probably a little noisy. All right, now that I've got that melted at the top, I can go ahead and turn it around. You just want to get all of those areas nice and melted. You don't want any spare powder stuck and wiping off after you are finished. We're almost done. I think we're looking good. Oh, we got a little corner up here. Whoop. There we go. And I wiped a little bit off on accident up here that didn't get quite melted. All right, go ahead and turn that off. My phone's jumping off the stand over here. Okay, so now we are good to go. Normally I would use a cloth, but mine is exceptionally dirty right now. Ow. Oh, I knocked my mini MISTI over. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and use just a paper towel to buff off anything that was kind of left over. Hopefully we don't have any extra powder or anything, but you never know. All right, so now it looks like we basically have a white piece of paper. Don't panic, we'll get there. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and get out my really super well-loved craft mat, and we're gonna do some ink blending. Now I'm thinking we wanna do some Halloween colors. I don't really have a plan quite yet for this. For this card, except that we can use the My Favorite Things Halloween stuff that we were working with. So we've got this little guy, and some little ghosties as well. So maybe we'll fit some of these things in here by now. So we'll probably do, let's do some green. All right, I'm gonna spin around real quick and grab a couple colors. We're gonna use Twisted Citron. Oop, let me put them over here so you can see them. Mowed Lawn. We're gonna do, and for good measure, I'm pulling out more colors than I will probably need, but just in case. And then actually, Old Paper is a sort of a green color as well. Oh my gosh, Tiffany, hi. And hi, Roberta. I miss you guys. I feel like the old crew that we used to have is like, we've all just been so busy lately. It's been nuts. I'm so glad to see you guys. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with the Old Paper. That's gonna be our first color. We're gonna kind of judge everything as we go. You might be thinking, oh, isn't this just kind of like a tan color or a neutral? But it sort of has a green vibe to it. And you'll see as we blend that it actually does work pretty nicely with these colors. So we're gonna start here at the bottom. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's totally okay if it's not. I think we're gonna go ahead and move right into Twisted Citron. I love this color. I use this a lot, but you can see it works really nicely with the Old Paper because that Old Paper just has that little hint of a sort of a green look to it. And I really, really like how that looks. So we're gonna go ahead and blend on the color of Twisted Citron here. And these are distress oxides that I'm using, but you can also use, I mean, gosh, there's a lot of different options of inks that you can blend with, but you could use regular distress inks for this instead of the distress oxides and it would work perfectly. I just have a soft spot in my heart for the distress oxides. I use them a lot, as you guys know. If you're here watching my videos regularly, they make an appearance in pretty much every video. But look at that color gradient there. It's just so nice. I don't know, I really like it. And I like to kind of just pull up just a little bit once there's not much ink on my pad anymore, because it helps blend the colors a little bit better. And now we're getting a really cool, spooky sort of green vibe, and I'm absolutely loving it. All right, so then we're gonna go, I think I'm gonna skip the peeled paint actually, and I'm gonna go straight for the Forest Moss. And catch up on chat, oh my gosh. I just pulled Abby from school, so I'll be homeschooling her. Oh my gosh. That's what we're doing is full-time distance learning, and it has been, we'll call it an adventure. It has been a challenge to say the least. And it has not been the best experience for us. So I'm not sure what we're going to do. I think we're going to give it a little bit longer and then try to make a decision after that. But right now, whew, it's not looking great for us. We are really not a fan of how it's been going so far. So I'm not sure if other people are having the same experience. And I know it's not his teacher's fault, but it has definitely been a frustrating experience for everyone. All right, so we're coming up from the bottom here with a little bit of black soot just to intensify that dark color here. And I think I may actually even go around the outside, but you can see that it sort of kind of is fading into a brown sort of look here. And I think that looks really nice, and you've got the black down at the bottom. Now we're not using this whole piece, so I'll try to get the majority of the color in as we go, but the piece is going to be a little bit smaller than this. We go to hybrid learning October 1st. Wow. There were talks at our school about going part-time in person or full-time in person by September 28th, but we honestly haven't heard a single thing about it since then. So I'm honestly not really sure what their plans are. But we didn't get a schedule or any information about his school until the week before. they started, which I feel like is not enough time to get people to prepare for school and distance learning and all the things that go into that, and parents needing their schedules changed. And I don't know, it was just, that was not enough time for us, I feel like. I'm actually really in love with the way that this turned out, you guys. I absolutely love this. So we've got all the spooky words here on the background since we did that Emboss Resist technique. And then we've got our really cool colors here, making it look really spooky and fun. I'm absolutely loving that. Okay, and then just for giggles, let me get out a card base so I know kind of the space that we're working with. We're gonna go ahead and grab, I may not actually end up using this one if it ends up getting kind of dirty, but you know, we'll see what happens. Okay, so the idea here, oh yeah, look, it's dirty already. The idea here is that this sketch up here is what we're working from. So we're gonna be cutting out some squares. I think that they are approximately maybe like 3.75 by 3.75. So I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and find, let's see, 3.75 is about here. I think I want to go a little bit higher so we get some of that darker color, and maybe even, ooh, maybe we should, let's try it at 4 first. So I'm going to go to, how do I want to do this? It's better to start larger and then work your way back rather than cutting it too small to begin with and then having to figure it out. So let's start at 4, and I can always add a little bit more dark. Yeah, I think that's great. So if we can keep it this size, that would be amazing. Let's see. I think it's going to have to be a little smaller. All right, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit off the bottom here. So we'll do 3.75, and then I'll just work in the black around these edges. Which big stamp did you use? I used, gosh, what is it even called? It's from the My Favorite Things release from last month. It's called Ghoulish Greetings. So it's from My Favorite Things, and it is, I don't know, super cute. Oh, I forgot to trim the outsides. All right, so we need this to be 3.75. So what I think I'm going to do is go just 1/8 of an inch on each side, because it was already 4 to begin with. We're going to 3.75, and then like I said, I can go back with the black around the edges just to kind of brighten things up, or darken things up, I suppose I should say. So we'll just go right around the outside here. Let's see if I can do it without getting it too dark. Okay, we're just trying to add just a little bit of that darkness. And then I think at the bottom here, we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more. Oh, there's a hair on my desk. We're going to add a little bit more of that black down here at the bottom, just to kind of give it a little more spooky feel to it. Yes, I really like that. I think that looks really cool. All right. We did good. I really like the way that that looks. All right, so if we're done with our ink blending for now, we're gonna go ahead and, oh, that's okay, Tiffany. Don't worry about it at all. We've got our ink blending done, so we're good there. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so I think I was gonna use that one in the back, but I think I may actually use that in the front, to be honest, because I really, really like the way that it looks. So basically what we're gonna end up doing is putting this here on the front, and then we're going to cut off the edge so that it looks, you know, so it looks like it is in the sketch there. I like that a lot. Okay, so then we need another piece that's going to get tucked in behind here. And I'm thinking maybe I'll just use black. I was going to kind of try to pull in like maybe some other colors, but I have this piece of black cardstock here, and I think it might work nicely to just have it be black in the background. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that to the same size, 3.75. Ooh, I let that shift a little bit, so it's a little crooked, but hopefully it'll be okay. We'll see what happens. I don't think it'll matter much since we're cutting a bunch of it off anyway, but we will see. We shall see. All right, so the idea here is then, oops, it's got some white embossing powder on it, I think. The idea here is then that we are going to kind of cross these over like this so that they are overlapping like so. I think that's what we're going for. Maybe like that. I want to get it just right because I don't want it to look weird, but okay. So once we're happy with that position, I think what I'm going to do is actually take, how am I going to do this? I think I'm just going to, I don't know if this is going to work, you guys. I'm going to try to hold them in place like this and see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it in place like this, if the tape helps hold it together. I think it kind of is. It is. The tape is holding the stuff together. Since I used this, it's kind of like a line of tape. It's kind of helping it stay in place. So that's actually really cool. All right, so what we're doing here is getting it just lined up just so that we've got a nice little border at the top, but not too much. And then what we'll do is we'll end up running this, and I'll put a little bit of adhesive under here so this one will stick. But we'll go ahead and trim off the outside edges there so that we are left with just the card, so we don't have anything hanging off the edges basically. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and attach that just like so. This looks like it's going well. The nurse told my husband I couldn't do dishes for a week when I got home. So, oh my gosh. That's amazing. I'm sure that's been nice. I hope everything went okay. I feel like it's been forever since we've chatted, Tiffany. We need to catch up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and trim off the edge here just like that. I got a little bit of my excess here. So you can see now we've got the flat edge just like they have there. And then I do want to be careful with this edge. I may actually want to do this with some scissors. I'm not sure yet. I'm feeling a little nervous about trying to cut this with the, because I don't want to accidentally cut the edge of the card. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. All right, so what I'm going to do, normally I would try to do that with the trimmer, but since it's on the edge and I put it directly on the card, I'm just going to not be super brave and I'm just going to cut it off the side like that. Just didn't feel like living quite so much on the edge this time. But hey, pick your battles, right? All right, there we go. Okay, so now we've got our nice little square bits like in the sketch up top. I think it looks really cool. I'm really liking this. I would never have made a card like this, so this is actually really neat. I don't think I ever would have done this on my own. So I'm actually kind of loving it. Cute. Okay, so now the hard part, which is to decide what we're gonna put on this card exactly. I've had no life. Oh no, just distance learning. Yes. I agree with that 100% because our life has been similar. It's been rough, really rough. Yeah, I think that's so cool too. I never would have made that on my own, so I'm really happy. This is why I love doing these sketch challenges, is just because I never would have done this. I don't know. All right, let's see. I've got really cute sentiments here that could go with pretty much whatever. Oh, I love this. If you've got it, haunt it. So what I was kind of thinking is maybe we could use some of the, like maybe the tombstone, or even I was kind of considering using the pumpkins, but then coloring them like green-ish, like maybe like a greenish brown or like a white gray sort of color. Let's try it and see what happens. I don't know. I think let's go for it. I'm not using the images very much otherwise, so we'll go ahead and stamp out a few things. Oopsies. Oh, I dropped a little ghosty on the floor. Maybe we can combine some of the tombstones with like the ghosts and the pumpkins, or maybe just the pumpkins. I don't know. We'll see. But I really like how that turned out. So what we're going to do is come right on over here. We're going to grab, I think I like this tombstone better. Things you never thought you would say. And then we're going to go ahead. I think I'm going to stamp out a couple of the pumpkins actually, just in case I want to sort of like layer them up and stack them together. And then let's go ahead and grab an acrylic block. I'm going to get those out of the way for now. And I'm going to use this ink on 3 ink that I have been obsessing over for a while. I actually really like this stuff. It's working really well for me so far. I haven't been disappointed. So my break is have a good time as much as you can. Enjoy. We'll catch you on the replay maybe or in another video soon. Yeah, I am not enjoying distance learning because like I already did first grade and now I'm having to basically repeat first grade because my son is doing first grade and I have to be there all day for when he closes out of his Google Meet meeting and when he can't figure out which assignment he's supposed to be doing and when he's not answering the questions the teacher is asking. And I feel like it's really stifling his creativity and not necessarily creativity, but his ability to grow up and do things on his own and figure out, you know, how to engage and interact in school. He is, I don't know. I feel like having us there as his parents all day is not great for him. He needs to be on his own and let his wings spread and do all that stuff without having us right there beside him. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to... Oh, do I have to put on my headphones for that? I think I do. Well, no. Maybe I do, because you guys would be able to hear the music. What I think I'm going to do is pop on a little bit of music while I color. It'll be just really low. Not anything loud or crazy, hopefully. And then I'll just pop in my headphones so that let's see, there's like a little low key, we can put on some stream beats. It's basically called lo-fi music. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to just pop in my headphones so that I can hear the music, but that's so you guys can't hear it coming through my mic and get a weird echo or anything like that. If I need to adjust the volume, please just let me know. And then I can work on that if the volume is too loud or too quiet, but I just figured it might be nice to have something kind of going in the background while we're coloring. So it's not just like weird, awkward silence if I'm not blabbing the whole time. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out with a green. We're just gonna try this out. I have no idea if this is actually gonna look nice or not. We're just gonna test things out and see how it goes. So I'm gonna start out with a light green here. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to take a nap with this music. Do I need something more upbeat? I didn't want it to be distracting. I was just trying to go for something that was like really chill. I don't know. The problem is that so many things are like not allowed to be played on stream. And so this one I know is safe and you won't get copyright strikes. Because this person who made the music made it specifically so so that you could use it on your streams and not have to worry about copyright strikes. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into these little areas here where gosh, how do I want to word this? I guess like where the little indents or creases would be. And I'm just gonna sort of like pull the color out from there. And I'm gonna try to do the color in a pattern that makes it look like the, as long as you're talking or something, I might be able to stay awake. Oh no. Oh boy. We might be in trouble. I'm gonna try to make little edges here look rounded so that we get the impression, or at least I hope so, that this has like depth and dimension, and yeah. We want it to look not flat. We want it to look like it has something going on. All right, so then what I'm gonna do is go in with an even darker color. Oops, wrong edge there. So the family that I'm using right now, this is the Spectrum Noir Classique markers. These are alcohol markers, and I'm using the DG, or dark green, I think is what it stands for. The DG family. So I used DG1 and then DG3, and then now this one is DG4. So I'm gonna come in to the darkest little crevices here and try to add this. I don't want it to be too dark, but I do want to add that nice deep shadowed layer there. Like that, just keeping it fairly minimal, but you know, still giving it a little something. So then I'm going to go back in with my lightest color, and that was the DG1. And I'm just going to go right over top of all this and try to blend it a little bit together. Now, if it doesn't blend super well, I can go back with that middle color, because these are very far apart, the DG1 and the DG4. They're very drastically different colors, so they're not going to blend super well, but I want to keep that highlight, so I don't want to get rid of it too fast. So what I'll end up doing is going back in with the DG3, I believe it was, the DG3, and kind of mixing that up, blending over it just a bit so that we get a nice blend and it's not too harsh of a change there. So we're gonna go out like this. Again, I'm gonna try to keep with the little streak sort of motions, just because it sort of helps it, I don't know, look a little bit more natural, I feel like, so that your color's not changing all at once. So then we're gonna go over that again. This is the lightest color again, so the DG1. I probably should have used DG2. In fact, that's probably what I used the first time, not the DG3, but I'm not sure. Let's try it. This is all sort of like trial and error for me. Trying to figure out, oh yeah, that's nice, what works and what doesn't as far as getting these blends to look nice. But the nice thing is that you really can go back over the alcohol markers and sort of change things up and make them look, you know, nicer, give them a better blend. Even once they dry, you can go back over and sort of add things in. All right, so it's a little darker than I originally intended, but I still think it looks pretty nice. I'm just gonna go in and sort of intensify those shadows here, just to make sure it didn't get, you know, washed out or anything when we did our blending. Just around the edges. My glasses are a little bit dirty right now, so I'm actually having kind of a hard time telling what I'm doing. I'm gonna clean my glasses real quick. It's a little blurry. I was like, am I coloring inside the lines? I'm not really sure. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. We'll see what happens. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with, oh, what looks kind of like a deadish green, sort of. Maybe I should have used gray. Let's try, we're gonna use the muted brown first. Just a nice light neutral color, and then I think I'm actually going to go over it with the green. Oh yeah. All right, so it still has that little bit of touch of brown, but it gives it the effect that it's got like still that green sort of hue to it. I like that. And then I think what we're going to do is just go ahead and color in with a regular, just like black. This is completely black. I'm not gonna have this be lighted or anything, or lit. I'm not gonna have it be lit. Good Lord, you guys. Maybe I do need to go back to first grade. Maybe I do need the refresh. I'm not gonna have this be lit. I think I'm just gonna keep it black like that. So I think that looks nice. And then I do think I am also going to add in some nice little highlights in a few places just to kind of brighten them up just a bit. And I'm gonna add him some little cute eyes in there. You can't really see it, I don't think, on the video, but oh, there we go, now you can. All right, so he's got some little eyes there, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit to the trunk as well. All right, so we've got one pumpkin. He's cute. I don't know though, it might be nice to have, so this is just sort of testing things out and seeing how it's gonna go. What I'm thinking is it might actually be really nice to have kind of like a really pale, sorry if that shakes the camera a bit, like a really pale one, and then sort of go over it with just a hint of green. So we're gonna try that. So this one is, I don't know if you can see that, it's GB1. And we're gonna just start here. So we're going for the more neutral sort of pumpkin look at first. So we're gonna go ahead and color all of that in. And I think that this color family is like golden brown is what it's supposed to be. I don't know. I'm bad at remembering the actual color names, unfortunately. Cool, okay. You guys still awake? Just checking in on you. Is the music too relaxing? It's nice for me because then I don't feel so awkward if there is a little bit of a pause in chatting, because it's kind of hard to like continuously talk with no breaks or interruptions forever. It gets feeling like, oh my gosh, just stop talking already. So, you know. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and have that color come up like this, just keeping in mind that we did have to go back in and add a little bit extra on the last one. So I'm gonna have it automatically just start coming up a little bit more. Okay, and then this one, oops, I went straight to GB3. Okay, apparently I skipped GB2 and I went straight to GB3. So what we're gonna do is change our plan, and we're actually gonna use GB5 for this one, keeping it a little darker here in the bottom areas here, just a little bit. Yeah, you're still awake? I'm glad you're still with me, Crystal. All right, and then what we're gonna do is, instead of going back and blending with the original color, which was the GB one, we're actually going to go over it with the DG one. So this is going to change the color a bit, but it's going to layer and build up with those colors, theoretically. Again, this is all sort of just a test. I have no idea if this is really going to work, but it looks like it's going okay so far. And it just gives it sort of like a green hue, so that it will still match nicely with our background, I think. I feel like I should be a candlelight and a romantic dinner. Oh my gosh. Oh, I really like that one. That actually looks really nice. Okay, hold on. Let's go back in. Wait, hold on. Let's see. Can we get a slightly darker color? Is there a GB7? There's a GB8. GB7. There it is. Ha 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 ha. Okay. So I'm gonna go back in with GB7 just in those like darkest little areas here and kind of darken it up just a bit. Like that. Just again to sort of give it like a little bit of depth, dimension, little interest. So it's not quite so flat. We could call it date night crafting with Jess. How's that sound? I'll have to work on setting up a scene or something, like a green screen background with a nice white tablecloth table in the back. All right, I actually kind of like that. We're gonna go ahead and color in with black again for the eyes. All right, I think for this one, I'm actually gonna make it just like a big smiley face instead of having the little tooth in there. That way there's a little bit of difference, you know what I mean? So they're not all exactly the same. So that one I just literally covered are colored directly over top of where it was before. And I think I'm going to give him like a little bit of a different set of eyes as well. So I'm going to kind of make him like looking off to the side-ish. I don't know. I want them to all look different. You know, I don't want them to all be exactly the same. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the same here, except I'm just going to add the opposite of highlights here. So he's got a little bit of a different thing going on. And then let's use, I'll just go ahead with this one. Use the darker color of brown here for the stem. Super cute. And then again, just a little bit of a highlight there. Okay, so I'm going to start, I'm going to cut out these two so I can start getting an idea of what our scene is going to look like. And if you are fussy cutting like this, instead of using the dies, that is a-okay. I would just try to make sure that you are rotating the paper rather than your scissors, which sometimes is easier said than done. But it comes with time and practice that you start being able to move the paper instead of the scissors. You should have your hubby craft with you one night. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Now the only thing is, it would have to be quite a late night stream, because we have two little guys that are up and need parental supervision. So Andrew, my husband, he takes care of them while I do my live streams, which is really awesome. But yes, once they go to bed, then that would be another story. He did do a voiceover for me once, which was nice. But yeah, I don't know. All right, look how cute it is. It's adorable. Let's see. It's gonna look okay over here. Look at you. And maybe we can even like kind of layer them at the bottom or something. I don't even know yet. We'll see. We're gonna go ahead and cut this one out as well. I want to get one of those pairs of spring-loaded scissors or something, because I think that those may be easier to use for all this fussy cutting that I'm doing, although it would be another thing to learn. So I mean, there's always that, you know, there's like a learning curve. You got to get familiar with it and learn to use it, but I think it could be cool. I've really wanted a pair for a while, and I keep forgetting to get any when I do any of my craft shopping. So maybe on one of my lists I'll have, I don't know, I'll have to remember to pick it up and add it. I think I might want to fix this little bottom edge a little bit. It's a little wonky. It got a little crazy. I have a pair of those that are really nice and easy to use. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe I'll have to, oh my gosh, look how cute they are. Stop it. Why are they so cute? Ugh, I love them. They're adorable. They're so cute. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Sorry. Yeah, I need to try out the spring-loaded scissors. I think that I would really like them. All right, so I'm just gonna get rid of that because it will annoy me if I don't. What I'm gonna do is actually color up the stone here. I think I'm gonna use IG 1, 3, and 5 to start with, and then I think I may actually go over that with the green as well. So I'll probably do darker around the edges actually, now that I'm thinking about it, and then have the center be light. And then I think some of these sentiments from the stamp set may actually fit on there as well. I'm gonna try. I never do this, and I always feel like I should just use the chisel tip because it should be faster, right? No, I don't know. It seems like it should be faster, but I feel like it doesn't color quite how I thought it was going to. Seems like it should be faster than using the bullet tip side, though. I don't know. The chisel tip is a little weird. All right, so that was IG 1. I've got like a giant pile of markers on my desk now, you guys. And then what I think we're gonna do is we're gonna go from this side over here, and it's gonna be like a little bit, so like this, and we're just gonna make it so that it's darker, and then I'm just gonna go just barely on the outside over here, like that. So then the highlight's gonna be there. We're gonna just do like a little bit of feathering just so that it kind of looks a little more natural when we do our coloring like that. And then we're gonna go in with the IG5, and we're gonna do the same thing, just slightly less. So I'm gonna go around the outside first, like this, just to kind of frame my little areas that I wanna use, like here. And then we're gonna follow where I colored before, just making it slightly less far than the last one so that you get that nice change of the colors there. And then same over here. And then you just go right over, right back over top of all of that with the lightest color. I think this marker is drying out a little bit is what part of the issue is. So it's squeaking a little bit more, and the color, there's not as much ink. I think that's what's happening. Bummer. We're gonna try to use the chisel tip and see if we can get a little bit more, since it has the wider tip here. But yeah, I think this marker is just drying out. I do use it quite often over the last while. I don't remember exactly when it came out, but I think it's been at least 9 months probably, at least. All right, so I am gonna go right back over with the darkest color just in the edges there, just so that we don't lose that darkness, that shadowing effect there. Good to go. And then I think for the outside, I'm actually gonna start with the IG5 as my lightest color. So this is the darkest color that I used for the inside. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start with that as my darkest for the outside. Let's see. And the good news is I don't really have to worry too much about like bleeding, just because it has the same color on the outside of my inner area as I'm using for the outer area. All right, so there's that. I think this is gonna look really cute. All right, so then we're gonna hop on over to IG7. We're gonna come in from the edges here, leaving that a nice sort of feathered edge so it's not a perfect line. You've got those stroke marks there, and we're going to do the same thing here. Up from the edges, I'm going to sort of make this darker, and then the curve or the top here will be the lightest where the highlight is. And same here, just mirroring that, and then going in with the darkest color here, just slightly less as always. This one is like almost black. It's a very, very dark gray. This is IG9 that I'm using here for the darkest bits. Almost there. Okay. And then we're going to go back with the IG5, which is our lightest color here. And we're just gonna blend out those areas, leaving that highlight nice there so we get that change in color. We don't darken it up too much. There we go. All right, and now we have a cute little tombstone all ready to go. And then here, I think, well, the rip will fit. So we can stamp out, that's too big, but the RIP there, that will fit. So we can go ahead and stamp that out. Let's see if we can get a good stamp. Hopefully we don't ruin our coloring, because I'm probably not gonna do it again. All right. And I do have to remember this time to actually submit my card. Last time I forgot. I didn't upload it soon enough. So I actually missed the deadline. Oh my gosh, look at it, it's so cute. All right, I like that a lot. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and cut that out as well, and we'll layer it there somewhere with our little pumpkins. I don't know yet exactly what we're doing. And then I think that we will also want to get a nice little sentiment going, so we'll figure that out too. I do really like the black cardstock with a white sentiment, but I'm not sure if I will go with that for this one or not. We may change it up and use like a dark green, or I don't know, we'll see. I haven't decided yet. I am just a sucker for the white embossing powder on the black cardstock. It looks so nice. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is just so cute. I do kind of wish I had the dies for this though. It would make it a lot faster. Or I need to scan and cut real bad. All right, so now we have our tombstone as well. I think it looks amazing. The nice color there with the darker background. I think this is gonna be so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have that other larger pumpkins too. I wonder if I shouldn't get one of those bigger pumpkins and color that as well, because I colored two that were the same size. Let me go ahead and color. I'm gonna do the same exact color combo. It shouldn't take too long. I'm gonna go ahead and do, it was the GB1 for this pumpkin here. I think I did GB1, 3, and 5, and then I went over it with the dark green 1. So I'm just gonna kind of pop this in here. I think I just want to have one more pumpkin to use. So I feel like it just needs a little something. Something that's a different height, because those two are the same. I don't like having them be the same height. What I might do is mix this one, the taller one, in with the, I might mix the taller one in with the shorter one and then put another short one on the other side. Because that way, you know, they won't look super weird together, I feel like. All right, we're going down this way, giving them a little bit in the center there, a little darker edge there, and just a little bit at the bottom here. All right. Okay, and then going in with the GB5, which is the darkest of this color that I'm going to be using here. And just in the lower areas here, giving it that little bit of depth, helping it look slightly more realistic-ish. And then we're gonna go over it with the DG1. So this is that green, and that just gave it that nice, it looks weird at first, but I think it ends up looking fairly nice. Just a little bit of a haunted, ghostly sort of look, and helps it tie in with our background. This is obviously not a very normal color combination, but I think it works out fairly nicely. Then we just go back in with the darker bits here, just to give it that little bit of shadow and shading right over top there. Right, and then we use GB7 for the stem. And the black here to color in his little eyes. No glowing pumpkins here. All right. Yay. All right, super cute. And then we can go ahead and give him some eyes Okay. Oh, and we can't forget those little highlights. Good to go. We're going to go ahead and cut them out, get them popped onto our card here. We're so close. And then, as per usual, it is a Mexican night, so we're going to have Mexican food for dinner. Yum, yum. So I can't wait for that. I'm hungry. And then later tonight, I actually have another stream on my Twitch channel where I play video games and hang out and have a good time. If you guys ever want to come and hang out and just chat, you don't have to be into video games. It's more just kind of an opportunity to like hang out, and you can chit chat in the chat box there as well, just like you have here. But yeah, if you guys ever want to hang out, I am live over on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So I do that in the evening time after the kids have gone to bed. A little decompressing time. And I'm on, I'll put it in the chat here in a minute. My little address, my Twitch channel, if you guys ever want to come and hang out. All right. Uh-oh. I accidentally blurred his little eyes. We'll have to fix those in a little bit. All right. So what I'm thinking is this can kind of come this way. We're going to kind of do everything sort of coming out from this section here. Now, I don't want to take away from the form of the card because I think that the card looks so nice, like the edges there. So I'm wondering if we shouldn't kind of like pop this stuff up a little bit. Let's see. Maybe if we do it up higher so you can still see the edge of the card. You know how it has the... Oh, I kind of like that. And then let's see, our sentiment. Our sentiment is supposed to go across the edge there though. All right, let's figure out what we're doing for sentiment first. Just to see what it looks like, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it on a strip of white cardstock just to see like the sizing and all of that before we go ahead and do anything. I'm gonna do If You've Got It, Haunt It. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's get my, and this still, oh, I pinched my finger. This still has the big stamp set in it, the background stamp, but that's okay. We can just use the other side. I don't know, honestly, I could probably just take it out, but I'm feeling a little lazy right now, if I'm being totally honest. So, you know. I know it is so quiet in here tonight. I noticed that as well. You guys are always welcome to chat or just kind of hang out, either way, whatever you like. Although admittedly, I do like it when you guys chat with me. Oh shoot, it's not gonna pick it up. I forgot, we can't do this. This is a tiny little stamp. Think, just think. Oh man, we need to put back in the foam pad. Oh my gosh, Caitlin and Lee, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't even worry about it. We are just kind of hanging out, doing the crafty thing, making crafty things. We're working on a Halloween card. The little sketch that we're working on is right up top there, so you can check that out if you are interested in seeing kind of what we're basing our card off of. And I'm just doing sort of a test strip right now. You like when we chat? Hi, Tristan. How's it going? I do like it when I don't have to talk to myself. That is nice. I feel a little less crazy if I don't have to talk to myself, you know. I've got the Stream Beats thing going on today, though, so there's a little bit of chill music for the quiet moments. All right, that's actually so cute. Okay, I love this sentiment. If you've got it, haunt it. Look at it, it's so cute. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna trim this. I just wanna see, I mean, we may end up using it, who knows? But originally, I just wanted to see what it was gonna look like in this size. I don't normally use white, I'm gonna be honest. I don't normally use white sentiment strips with, I don't know, for some reason they look weird to me. Sometimes I have to talk to myself to have an intelligent conversation. I mean, in the world these days, it does become difficult sometimes. All right, so what we're gonna do is our little fishtail banner here, just like in the card up there, or the card sketch, I should say. So we cut right down the middle and then make our scissors meet that point in the middle there. Oh, we got a little bit of a fuzzy bit there. Okay, there we go. And now we've got a cute little fishtail. I love that little saying, me too. I don't know, it might actually look nice with the white, not gonna lie. I don't normally like white sentiments, strips. I usually prefer the black, but if we can figure out the layering and all of that, this actually could be quite cute with the white, because it's nice and bright comparatively, you know what I mean? All right, so if we did this and we layered these up here, like maybe tuck it behind like that. Let's lift you up a little bit. Okay, like that, and like that, and then tuck you behind over here. Ooh, did we figure something out? Is that gonna work? Ooh, it's got a mind of its own. It's like popping out. If you've got it, haunt it. I don't know, it looks cute. Hi Simon, how's it going? We're making a fun Halloween card. I actually think I kind of like that. That's fun. I don't know. I'm digging it. Let's go with it. All right. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want to have to try to figure out where this is all going to go again, I'm actually just going to use a little bit of press and seal. You know, from the kitchen. Good stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and lay it right on top like this. Make sure it sticks really well. Like that, and then we're gonna go ahead and flip it over and use some liquid adhesive on all of this. Oh, thanks Tristan. I am like super excited. I was actually, it's funny that you came in, Simon, because before I started filming or recording, streaming, I was actually working on a card with some of the flower picking friends stamps that I'm working on making a fall card out of, and I'm really excited to finish that one. I can't wait to post my video. So I've got a little filming left to do, and then this week I'll be sharing that one, so I'm super excited. Hi Marcy. Yes, I love the press and seal as well. It makes my life so much easier when it comes to doing stuff like this, because then I can just literally plop it right back on where I know that it's supposed to go, and we are good. So what I want to do is put it right where this little edge meets, so we don't have any weird, like hanging off the edge bits down here at the bottom. And then we're just going to make sure that I got it straight, because you know me, might not be straight if you leave me to my own devices. And then we just take that right, oh lordy, I was a little too anxious there, a little too adventurous. There we go. I pulled it off too soon. You gotta kind of hold it in place a little bit so it doesn't go flying off the page like I just made it. Yes. Okay, we're good. Now, since this is a liquid adhesive, I have just a second to kind of shift things around and make sure they look exactly like I want them to, which hopefully is straight. I'm not exactly known for getting my sentiments super straight, so I actually really like this card, you guys. I never would have made this on my own, but I'm following the sketch challenge here, and I think that this is so fun. I really, really like the way that this turned out. Let me go ahead and fix his little eyes, though. He's got some vision problems going on over here. My poor little guy. If you ever have this problem where your gel pen has smeared, you can always go back over those dark spots with a nice little black pen, and it works out really nicely because you can just kind of go right over those areas that got smeared or messed up with your black pen, and then you're good to go. You don't even have to worry about it. It looks like nothing ever happened. I have to be creative and figure out ways to like make sure that things don't end up looking badly, because I am horrible at smudging things when they shouldn't be smudged and making accidents happen. But yeah, I think that looks so cute. I was thinking about maybe adding some sequins, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. I don't even think I'm gonna add anything. Then it's nice. It can go to anyone. It's just a cute little Halloween card. If you've got it, haunt it. I absolutely love how this turned out, you guys. I'm obsessed. It's so stinking cute. And like I said, I never would have done this on my own. This like asymmetrical square thing. Yeah, I like it too, Tristan. It's super cute. All right, well, that is it for me. It is dinner time, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the card today. I will be back again next Monday live, but in between then I'll have some new videos for you. I've got some craft organization videos coming as well. So I'm really excited about new things coming on the channel. And I'll have that card using Simon's stuff to make a fall card soon as well. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. Thanks, Marcy. I love you guys. Just a reminder, like I was mentioning earlier, I will be live on Twitch later on tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time if you guys want to come hang out. Let me actually put that in the chat for you guys. So it's twitch.tv/Bootsy with 4 Ys. So if you guys ever want to come and hang out and just be chill, low-key vibes, that's where I will be. Hopefully that's the right address. Turn it into a link. Yay! Twitch.tv/Bootsy. Okay, that's me. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a good night. I will see you guys again next time. Bye.